What's going on, Digi fans, and welcome back to another On Paper. We just got some cards in the mail today on stream, and I went through them, and we kind of sort of tried to make Rasenmon viable before BT8. I don't know how well we did. You guys can be the judge of that. I think it's okay. I don't think it's too groundbreaking until BT8. So once BT8 hits, we'll definitely upgrade this quite a bit, but until then, let's get into it. On paper, it seems pretty decent. So we run 4 Herissmon. Herissmon is the better egg for this particular build. We definitely want to make a wall in this build, and then use that time to be able to, you know, digivolve or whatever else we need to do in the meantime. So Herissmon, and then we run 1 Upamon. That's it for the Digi eggs. That's it for the Digitamas. I probably won't get too in depth with these effects or anything in this particular one. I'm just going to kind of run through it. It's late, so we run 1 Agumon. Agumon is just a rusher. He can swing for game. He can be. This is your aggressive option, and then Patamon here is your defensive option. Patamon can recover you a memory, so you can be aggressive or defensive with these 2 cards. Nothing too crazy there. But then we run 2 Kutamon. So Kutamon's going to be able to let you play with your memory a little bit, while also lowering your opponent's DP. You basically can play this and kill their Bukamon, whatever you kind of want there. Then we run 3 Labramon. Labramon can be a way that you draw cards in this deck. I was originally planning on having this deck be a deck that lowers your opponent's DP, but then thinking about it more and more, that's not necessarily the case. It can still happen quite a bit, but it's not the main focus of the deck anymore. So Labramon can be a drawer for you. Then we run 4 of the star of the show, who is Herissmon. Herissmon is one of my all-time favorite Digimon, and I absolutely love him, so I want to run 4. Probably isn't necessary to run 4. You can definitely change it around some if you'd like. I thought about running 2 or 3 even, but we will see. We will try to play test this some and see the ratios for that, but as it stands right now on paper, we run 4. Then we run 4 Bulkmon. Bulkmon is going to be kind of crucial in this particular build, just because of his inherited ability to give blocker to cards. So that's going to be something you see a lot of in this deck, is we're going to create a wall. So blocker there. Then we have 4 Unimon. Unimon is going to be the blocker of the deck as well. So we're going to have blocker ability here, blocker ability with Bulkmon's inheritable. Then we have 1 Paidomon. I can't stand how this Digimon is called, but 1 Paidomon. He's also a blocker. He's a cheaper blocker. We just run a lot of blockers in this deck and blocking capabilities so that we can build a wall, like I said. And then we run 1 Philmon, just because it's a Herissmon deck, so I wanted at least 1 of every evolution. So we run 1 Philmon. We most of the time won't use him unless we absolutely have to, just because his Digiburst ability is going to keep us from using our Rasenmon's Digiburst ability at full power. So it's kind of a just-in-case kind of card. Then going to our ultimates, we run 2 Angelmon. That way we can recover security if we need to. And then we run 2 Boutmon. That way, when we have the inherited ability of Bulkmon on one of our megas or something like that, his inherited ability lets that mega stand up when an opponent attacks us. So we can attack with our Digimon that are inherited blocker, and we can also stand them back up on our opponent's turn, or we could block twice with that Digimon with this card. So this actually lets us build a wall even better. It lets us be aggressive with our wall. And then we run 4 Stefalmon, or Stefilmon. He's pretty good. He lets us get some cards into our stack, so such like Bulkmon. If we have Bulkmon in our hand and we play this on a just a level 4 like a blocker or something like that, then we can evolve into our Mega and have that Bulkmon underneath. So this lets us kind of like play around with our Digivolution stack as well as drawing cards and getting +1 security attack with his inheritable. Then we run 2 Dynasmon. We're going to play around with our security a little bit more with this card and be really aggressive with this card as well with its security abilities. Not security ability, I'm sorry, recovery ability. So he's going to recover us and play around with our security as well. Then we run 3 Kazuchimon. He's also just a busted card. Kazuchimon is just so good. He's going to let us play around with our security and our +1 attack to security. That's the card that was +1 attack to security. He's so good. Then right now we run 3 Rasenmon. We might bump it up to 4, we'll see. Definitely bumping it up to 4 after BTO 8. But as of right now we're running it at 3, we'll see how it goes. And then Digiburst 4, one of your opponent's Digimon is -3 DP for each card trashed by this effect. So you can Digiburst up to 4, you can Digiburst 2, 3, 1, however much you want. And then you can kill something and draw something off Labramon, etc., etc., to just swing for high numbers with security and stuff like that. So then we run, as far as the tamers, we run a really small tamer package, unfortunately. I just can't really find a lot of room, and these guys will probably also come out for, I believe, TK and Kari that I have ordered. So we run 2 Taikamiyas. He's just going to give us a little bit of extra memory and a little bit of extra power. So nothing too crazy there. Kari is just going to give us a little bit of memory, and TK is going to give us a little bit of defensive power with our security if our opponent starts attacking really aggressively or attacking with a lot of numbers before we can get blockers up. TK can help with that. But like I said, these guys are probably going to come out for 4 copies of the TK and Kari card, just because I think that card's a little bit better for this particular build. And then onto the option cards, we run 1 Tactical Retreat. Tactical Retreat will let us recover a memory by placing one of our Digimon onto the stack, and then trash all of its Digivolution cards, and then so we can place a Digimon on our field into our security in case we are getting too low or in case we're playing around with it too much. This can kind of help mitigate that, and also if it's in our security, we just recover 1 off of its security effect. So, and then we run 1 Electric Rush. Electric Rush says one of your Digimon gain 3000 DP for the turn, then if you have 3 security cards, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So you can give, you can attack with one of your Digimon that has blocker, and then play this to stand that blocker back up so that it can block again. And then we have Ultra Turbulence. Ultra Turbulence says one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get -3000 for the turn. So that's going to kill the Pokemon, and it's going to make sure that our Megas don't necessarily die to anything too crazy in their security stack. And then we run 2 Yellow Memory. I'm thinking about 3 Yellow Memory excuse me. We run 2 Yellow Memory Boost. I'm thinking about running 3 yellow memory boost, but I just don't know. That seems like too many memory boosts. I don't know. If I do, I would probably get rid of something like the Electric Rush or something maybe. But we'll see, we'll see. Like I said, this is just on paper, so I'll leave it up to you guys to test it out, and I'll do my best to test it out when I can as well. And then you'll have to excuse me for this card. I have to read its text every single time. Quilialis Blast. Quilialis Blast. We run 2 of. It's such a hard card to say, but it's really, really good, and don't be scared of that 5 memory cost, because the lower your memory, the lower your security stack is, the cheaper this is. So this is going to be really good. I believe it lowers by 3000 DP for the turn one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your Rasenmon gains security attack +1. So really, really good for this particular deck. And then we run 1 7 Heaven, just because we're waiting on the second copy of Wyvern's Breath. Wyvern's Breath states that one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 15,000 DP for the turn. So that's essentially killing just about anything. And 7 Heaven is a decent secondary option because it's 10,000 instead of 15,000. So not as good, not necessarily an instant kill for almost anything, but it can definitely get you where you're needing to go while you're waiting on that Wyvern's Breath. And that's going to be it for the particular build. You could even throw Herissmon in there if you want to. Herismon's a good card. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this particular on-paper deck profile. Hopefully you guys liked it, and let me know what you guys think about it down below. Let me know if you guys playtest it, how it goes, all that jazz. This is a really quick deck profile just because it's really late and I'm really tired. But we had some fun on stream opening mail, and I love Herissmon, and I'm so excited for BT8. Let me know what you guys are expecting to play in BT8 as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.